Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Brunner here at the Audubon Early Track. We were talking with the 4x2 team from the Weaver Rockets, and we're going to close up and start off here today with, of course, Hannah Kraus. Hannah, you guys had a really good start here tonight. Coming off the blocks, how did you feel in the 4x2?
Well, I was really nervous to start out, but after I got to Kallie, I felt great. I'm like, dang, that 200 wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Coming out of blocks, I felt really great after my sprint med when I started with the 400 or with the 100.
Sure, you guys had a little less time than expected to get ready for this track meet here for today. So in that kind of first 4x2, how do you kind of feel afterwards? Do you think you were on pace, or do you want to do a little bit better that next time?
Well, when I looked up from handing off, I was like, might have been off pace, but I had to go back to Schurke and look. Otherwise, I felt like I was just as good as last time.
Sure, and talk about that handoff over to Kallie. Do you feel that was great, or do you think that could be a little bit more work in practice?
Well, ours is pretty good. Mine and Jamie's in sprint med was bad, so what Kallie and I pulled off was, I call it pretty good, I guess.
Sure. And you know, coming off that block, you said you were doing really, really good. So what's something you want to improve upon coming into that next track meet with hopefully some more practice under your belt?
Just definitely like making my time faster. My blocks feel good right now, so I just got to keep working with that and then make my time faster.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll move over, of course, to Kallie Bromert. Now, Kallie, you had that second. You got that baton from Hannah. So how did you feel getting the baton and then starting off that second part of the race?
Well, for my 100 that I ran before, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do it too. But I went out there, and I'd say I did pretty well. Our handoffs were pretty good from me to Sara and from Hannah to me. So, yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking not too long ago. You felt pretty good about this race. What do you think went well for yourself in this race?
I think I was pretty consistent when running, so.
And of course, you were looking really good getting into Sara's handoff there. So if there's anything you want to improve upon for that next 4x2 race, what would it be?
Probably just my time, because I'd say our handoff is really good.
Yeah. And of course, we'll move over to Schurke, the third part of the race. And Sara, you know, your part of the race looked pretty clean as well. I know there's a little part there at the end of that 100 where there was someone catching up to you. What was kind of going through your mind at that point?
In my mind, I was just like, I need to go get that girl in front of me. And I pushed harder than what I did my first 100, so kind of need to be more consistent, I guess.
Sure, and you know, the first track meet, you're kind of getting some of those nerves shaken off. And talk to me a little bit. You know, this is the first track meet you've had in quite a while, in a couple of years. How do you think you did here in this 4x2?
I thought pretty decent with the first 150, but then the 50 I definitely could have, the last 50 I definitely could have got faster, but I'll do it better next time.
Sure. And how did you feel about that handoff? Do you think that was pretty clean?
Kinda.
Yeah. You know, you'll have some time to practice here soon. And if there's anything you want to see kind of improve for yourself in that next race, what is it going to be?
Definitely me and Jadeyn's handoff.
For sure. And then, of course, we'll get to the anchor, Jadeyn Smith. Now, Jadeyn, you had that phenomenal. There was a little bit of fumble there in the beginning of that first 50, but that last 150 was really clean for you.
Yeah, so coming out, I mean, there was two girls right in front, so, you know, just mentally you just got to think, you know, go down and get those girls. And I got the first one, and I think maybe if I had 15 more yards or so, could have got that first one. But, I mean, overall, pretty pleased with how I finished and compared to how I started. So
I was going to say that first track meet of the season is looking really good for you guys, and you got really close to that girl right in front of you. So for that last kind of 100 meters, what was going through your mind?
Well, honestly, just like, you know, coming out there, like I said, if there's someone in front of you, you go out, and even if there's not, you just mentally tell yourself there is. So that last 100 is the most important part. So everything you got left, you got to give it on that last one.
And you definitely did that there in that last 100. You really kind of put it all on the track there. And just before we leave you guys, what do you guys kind of have coming up next?
Well, we have another one, I think, on Thursday, but that gives us a week to prepare, you know, and then Easter break. But we'll get some practice in during that and work on handoffs especially. Sure, and I'll go down the line one more time just to make sure. What do you guys have individually coming up? So to start the track meet today, I had sprint med, then I had to go over and throw the shot put, and then 4x2, and then we'll close out tonight with a 4x1.
Perfect. And then Sara, what up for you?
I started off with the disc, and then I moved to shot, and then I had an open one, and now just got done with the 4x2.
And that's your last event? Or?
Yep.
There we go. And then what about for you, Kallie?
I had an open one, and then the 4x2 was my last race.
That's the last one. There you go. And then Hannah, how about for you finally?
Well, went and threw disc right away and then rushed the sprint med. And then tonight I'll finish off with a 4x1. Looking pretty forward to it.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.